Hello there, Kernow Camps, Dave and Daniel here, and we are camping today somewhere a bit different. We're actually camping in Kernow. Makes a change, doesn't it? So no campsites, no Dartmoor today, but we are wild camping. We're meeting up with a couple of other people, and we're meeting up with Brett, whose channel is Kalba Adventure Dog. I'll put a link below. And we're meeting up with his wife. Kalba the Adventure Dog is Brett's dog. He's coming along as well, or she's coming along as well. And obviously that could be fun for Dave, hopefully, if he's not a dickhead. I mean, he's quite often a dickhead with other dogs, especially bigger dogs. Kalba is, I believe, a whippet, which means a bigger dog than Dave. So I'll bring it back when Brett and his wife arrive, because I'm a little bit early by roughly an hour. Today's camping is a woodland setting near a river, the River Helford. We've got a 20-minute hike through the woods, so nothing too strenuous. As such, I've put a lot more in my bag than I would normally even consider packing. I'll show you that later. Something a bit different for me. I forgot my iPhone charger today. Not the end of the world, because there's not a lot of signal down here, if any, so it's not like I'm going to be making calls or texting or anything. But I do like to have a fully charged phone just for emergency purposes. So my phone is on charge in the car at the moment with the wireless charger. Unfortunately, it's not one that I can take with me, so it has to stay here. So I've met up with Brett and Chantel, not Susie. We've arrived at our chosen camp spot. It's a lovely little place right next to the river. We're going to have beautiful views here, fantastic. We're going to have sunset over in that direction, and in that direction we've got river and trees and general beautifulness. Dave's here somewhere, don't know where. He's been playing quite roughly with Kalba and Xiaoxiao, Chinese. So let me show you around. Let's just spin this around, and you can say hi to Chantel and Brett as they're putting up their tent. Say hi, guys. Hello. Hello, there we go. So let me show you our stunning views. This is the River Helford, and it is absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. We have sunset over in that direction later on, and it's going to be stunning. And it's that way out to sea. We do have a few people here at the moment, some people cooking up some food over there, and people just sitting around enjoying the space. We've had a lovely walk. It's a little bit more than 20 minutes as guesstimated. It was about 40 minutes. It's going to be a bit longer going home due to the fact that most of it's going to be uphill. But I think we're in for a good night. We're going to have a campfire here later, and They are permitted fires, so that's going to be great. Going to cook up some food in a little while and just chill out for the evening and have a yap. Looks like Brett and Chantel are having fun putting up their tent. So we're all set up, and I've got, as usual, my Nature Hike Mongar tea. Today I'm trying out something different with my stove. If you follow the channel, you'll know that the last couple of times I've been out, I've had gas problems. I've had 2 gas cans evacuate their contents, and I've had 1 catch fire on me. And before that, I've had 2 Jobsworth X2 stoves which caught fire on me. So today I'm trying out my Trangia number 27 kit. I've never used an alcohol burner before. I've been interested in them for a while, but never tried them. Now, it is quite a weighty kit. It comes in at just under 1 kilo. When I'm here and I've only had a short 20-minute walk, it's not such a problem, but I think when I'm out on the moors, I might have to break it down just to the essentials for what I need. Now, I'm going to be cooking today a proper meal. No dry crap for me today, no pot noodles, no Wayfarer meals, no Summit to Eat rubbish that I've not ever had any joy with. Everything I want is in here. I've got chicken, diced chicken marinating in a mix of Marmite soya sauce and Worcester sauce with salt and pepper. I've got a clove of garlic, I've got some mushrooms, and I've got some spring onions. So I'm going to be cooking myself up a proper meal. I've also bought along some of Lidl's favourite super noodle rip-off. I don't know if I'll bother with those, we'll see. And on the subject of Lidl knockoff crap, I've got the cheap version of Kopparberg strawberry and lime cider, and Chantel was kind enough to make me a coffee just now. Brett has started chopping up some wood for our fire for a little while. We've got this massive, great big fire pit, so he's going to finish that off in a minute.
I think Shan's going to take over for a minute. I think she wants to saw stuff.
Ah, Chantal's going to take over with the sawing. And these guys have got this lovely little stove here,
I'll get my
which
camera out the way.
just looks scary to me with the gas. I'm not going to entertain it again. And this is Xiaoxiao. Keep forgetting the name. It's pretty easy. Right, so it's dinner time, and that means it's time to crack out the Trangia. So this is the Trangia 27 kit. It's not the ultra light version with the titanium pans, because my local millets didn't have them in stock. So we've got a frying pan, which I am going to use. Well, these are my own addition. Tea bag strainers for tongs. I've got some methylated spirits in a hand sanitizer bottle. I don't know if that's the best kind of bottle to use, but I didn't feel like sponging out on the proper Trangia one, because my local millets only had the 1 litre version in, and I thought that was going to be too big and heavy for my pack. Here's the burner. On top you've got the snuff ring, which also modifies the flame. And then here is the burner itself. Also, we've got billy grips for the pans. My own personal addition, which is a small pot stand. I don't know why I brought it with me. I suppose that's more for Dartmoor. Just chucked it all in. Got 2 saucepans in there as well. Just nest inside the other. Put those out of the way. And then we've got the burner stand and windshield.
No, I can't flip it.
There we go. Nice little bit of kit, which I'm eager to get going. So let's get a little bit of the fuel in there. Now I've mixed 10% water in there because I've read that helps prevent the pans from sooting up. I'm only going to go halfway, I think. Actually, no. Go all the way. 3/4 full. There we are. Got a little bit of spare there. Well, they say don't put that on while you light it. Got a lighter somewhere. There we are. A little bit nervous. Ah, there we go. We've got a flame. So apparently we leave that for a few minutes to get up to temperature. I think flame starts coming out of the holes around the outer ring. We'll put the windshield on top. There we go. And just leave it for a minute. While that's going, I'm going to prepare my food. It's got a little bit of oil in a spray can, a little bit of sunflower oil. This is my wife's idea. Not my wife's best idea. There we go. And out the way. Ah, there we go. We're up to temperature now. Got flame coming out of the little holes all the way around. It's a bit like a proper little gas cooker, but not gas. Let's get the oil heating up. So in here, a little pot. I've got some spring onions that I've already partly cut up. Got some mushrooms. Probably won't use them all, because I've actually put in a lot more mushrooms there than I thought. Wow. Okay. And a clove of garlic. And in this bag, marinating still, is my chicken, Marmite soy sauce, Worcester sauce, salt and pepper mix. There we go, that looks absolutely minging. Really disgusting, but you can smell it through the bag. It smells delicious. So when the oil's up to temperature, I'll be putting that in and I'll start cutting up the veg. Right, so we've got the chicken in, sizzling away nicely. So it's time to start with the rest of dinner. I'm still not sure that I'm going to do the super noodles, so they can wait for a minute. First job is this clove of garlic. Probably shouldn't be doing this over the fire, and I could have done with a chopping board really, but hey. Borrow these if you want. You need tongs.
Yeah, I'm getting there now. Bit late there.
No worries. Right, I wanted to crush this garlic. Ah, there we go. Just use the top of that. Brett and Chantel are having cheeseburgers tonight,
Yeah.
cooked on the fire.
Well, attempting to.
Well, them ones are perfectly cooked, actually.
Ideal. I think they're going to be eating long before I am.
You say that.
Right, that's the garlic. So I'll chuck that into there. Oh, that's a horrible sound.
Close your eyes.
No, thank you.
Right, mushrooms. Some people like to remove the stalk, some people like to remove the skin. I don't care. I'll have it all. Muck and all. I am actually really liking this Trangia so far. Now, I'm not fussy about the mushrooms, but I am a bit fussy about the spring onions. So we've got to get that first layer off. I will be picking all this rubbish up that I'm flinging on the floor. Leave no trace and all that good stuff. Probably chuck it on the fire in a minute.
Messing around with the fire.
Okay.
We'll get a good fire.
Don't want a lot of onion. So I'm pretty much just taking the white. I'm not taking the green. There we go.
That made an instant difference.
Just so these look open up.
I wouldn't normally carry my Moore knife either. Certainly not on Dartmoor. But if I decide to start doing this kind of cooking out on Dartmoor, this might be becoming a staple addition to my kit. Don't know, it's a really versatile knife. It's a very versatile knife that's now going to smell like onion. Right, this is coming along nicely. It's not super hot. I'm going to have to drain some of this off in a minute because there's actually a little bit too much liquid in there. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. If I just move it all over to this end. Nope, that's not going to work.
Leave it. Get away. That's not yours.
A little bit more. So I lose all my lovely chicken to the floor.
It's looking lovely now.
There we go, it's a bit better.
Dash out.
In fact, actually, let's give it a little bit more heat. There we go, that's a bit better. No longer just boiling the liquid, we've actually got some cooking going on now. I'll move this closer to the centre.
The burgers are going well.
One of the reasons why I've stayed away from alcohol burners in the past is because they're pretty slow. But the beauty of them, I think, is they're a lot more versatile. Especially the Trangia system, where I can actually cook a real meal rather than just boiling some water and dumping it into a bag. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a nice dinner. So I've got the mushrooms, spring onions and garlic on the go now. The chicken
Xiaoxiao.
is in there, ready to be eaten. I'll reheat it again in a minute with the mushrooms, spring onions and garlic. I am so looking forward to this. I'm proper hungry. And I've decided I'm not going to bother with the noodles. I think it's going to be too much of a faff on to boil up water and have all this lovely smelling meat and vegetables fried through while waiting for noodles to boil. I don't think I'll be able to cope with the smells for that long. I know the dogs are absolutely dying to get their snouts into this. And I'm going to challenge Chantel and Brett in a minute to try a bit of this chicken.
I'm up for trying it. I'm just a Marmite lover.
Yeah, they don't like Marmite,
I more than don't like Marmite.
but you're going to try it.
I'm going to give it a go.
Am I?
Just try a little bit. Just a little bit. Here you go. Tiny bit for you.
Look, he's got it for the tongs that he was burning the dog with as well.
No, I
You haven't got it on the camera, look, eh?
Go on, stick him on my knife. Oh. Okay.
go on, give it a shot.
Ooh, it's really nice.
She hasn't spat it out. She's not gagging.
That comes later.
It's alright, but it's still a marmitiness.
It's not what you thought though. Watch dog.
No, it's not. It's not, I'll give it that. There's still a marmitiness.
That's because there's Marmite in it.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Brett, I'll give you a bigger piece.
Alright, go on then.
So she can cope and she really hates Marmite. Go on.
That's bloody lovely.
It's nice, isn't it?
That's bloody lovely.
Yeah, bring Marmite in my house.
If I had to cook that, absolutely. That's just nice.
Right then. Chantel, what did you think of it?
So it was nicer than I expected it to be, actually.
It's from a Marmite hater.
There is still a marmitiness, and I wouldn't voluntarily eat it again.
Right, okay. And
But
what
it
about
is
you?
nice.
What about you, Brett? What did you think of it?
I thought it was bloody lovely.
Bloody lovely.
Yeah.
Another not Marmite fan.
Yeah,
So
I really cannot stand Marmite.
there you go.
But
If
yeah,
you've never tried cooking with Marmite, you've got to give it a go.
definitely give it a go.
Cooking with Marmite
Works.
is beautiful. So, I'm just about done here. My onions and my mushrooms are all cooked. So I'm going to empty this into my bowl. So, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna lose that. That's really hot on my knees.
Go away.
The only problem that I'm thinking of here is actually clean up. How to clean up the Trangia pan out in the wild, because that's a mess. I don't think it's going to be
Yours is a
easy to clean up with a baby wipe. We'll see.
So he says his is a mess. Ours is absolutely
Oh man, that's minging. Hey, here's what it is.
That's going to be fun cleaning later.
Right, so got all of that, just going to shake it up a bit,
Okay, well, these onions are cooking nicely now.
and then I'm going to put it back in here to make sure everything's nice and warm. And then we've got dinner for the evening. God, it's going to be lovely. Proper looking forward to it.
Nom noms.
Dead excited. This is probably the most wholesome meal that I've ever had in the wild. It's better than a pot noodle. It's better than a dehydrated meal. It's got to be better than a Wayfarer chicken tikka with rice, which was spot on. Probably my favourite camp meal so far, but this is for the win. That hasn't come out too bad, but it did soot up even though I added the 10% water, and it is exactly 10%. So I don't know much about that trick, but that's about a bit of a falsehood to me. Here goes. I'm actually going to use the billy grips to hold on to that. There's my grub. Give it a bit of a stir, make sure the meat is properly covered in the juices. God, it's steaming. It's going to be lovely. Absolutely amazing. Now, in Chantel's defence, it is very Marmitey, and it's very Marmitey because I don't usually put this much Marmite in.
Oh, he stitched you up.
Oh,
I put extra Marmite in because I knew that I was the only one going to be eating it. Normally I would be cooking this at home and my daughter and my wife would be eating it. They're not so keen on the Marmite taste. So I did put extra in. But it's handsome.
that. It's a view, isn't it?